No, sir. Impossible. Out of the question. Not a prayer, not a hope, not a chance.
I'll give you $500 apiece for them.
Mister, if I had them for sale, they'd be worth $1,000 apiece.
Oh, horse! Have your luck.
Ah, they wouldn't even sell me standing.
Well, you can't blame them much. That's going to be one of the greatest events in our history. That's going to be a meeting of the East and the West. And they're going to have rails stretching clean across this country.
Thought you hated civilization.
Well, I do, but I wouldn't miss this for all the silver and the Comstock.
Well, if you don't get us some seats aboard that stage, you're going to miss it.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I've been checking on it. There ain't a seat left. There ain't room upstairs or down.
I guess that's that then, huh?
Sorry, Bergen. Well, I guess it's so long and I'll be seeing you.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Promontory on the stage.
You just told me there weren't any seats on the stage.
That's right.
Well, how are you going to get there?
Me? I'm an employee. I'm going to be riding shotgun.
There he is, Mr. Farr.
Mm-hmm. Perfect, Mr. Farr. Stranger in these parts, from New Orleans. Name is Yancy Derringer. He's obviously rich. He owns a riverboat. Means he hates railroads.
Derringer's a perfect pigeon, Mr. Farr. Much better than using a local boy who might talk.
All right. Howard, you set him up in the Green Rooster. We'll brace him in a poker game. You keep out of sight. I checked to the Queens, Mr. Derringer.
Mr. Farr, I'm just going to have to bet $1,000.
Well, now, you know, that's a bit embarrassing. I'm a little short of cash.
And at a very bad time.
I make a practice of never writing a draft to the poker table.
I make a practice of never accepting one.
Tell you what I'll do, if it's agreeable with you. I'll put up something worth more than $1,000.
That would have to be $1,001.
Well, now, these are better than cash, Mr. Derringer. You haven't got enough money to buy these.
Railroad tickets.
On the special for Promontory Summit, arriving from California tonight.
So I see.
Those are for the Jupiter. First train from the west that'll meet the UP's number 119 from the east at the wedding of the rails, day after tomorrow. Mr. Derringer, it's going to be the biggest chivalry ever held this side of the Mississippi.
Quite genuine.
I'll be aboard the Jupiter myself, Mr. Derringer, where you can easily locate me if they're not.
You know, I've been trying to get on that train for 1 solid week.
Well, unlike yourself, Mr. Derringer, I had influence.
All right.
I call.
3 ladies.
You had them all the time, and I thought you were bluffing. Well, that's it. See you aboard, Mr. Derringer.
Hey, what in blazes is this coming aboard for? We're going to the wedding of the rails, not a funeral. All I know is there's a ticket for it and a way bill to Promontory. Well, get her on the baggage car, and don't bust the champagne up there. Seems like people could have picked a better time and a different train to ship the dear departed. All aboard, everybody. All aboard.
Quite a crowd. Oh, Vinny, dear, you better get aboard the train. Howard, you see she's all right, eh?
Pleasure, Mr. Farr.
Aren't you coming?
Oh, of course I'm coming. Now, just do as I tell you, dear.
Hey, baggage man, give me a hand, will you?
Oh, we'll give you a hand.
Thank you, Mr. Farr.
All aboard, everybody. All aboard. Let's go.
Take it easy, mister. We'll give you a hand.
Thanks, fellas.
You hit him kind of hard.
He'll be out for exactly 45 minutes.
Well, supposing he's out for good.
Would you care to hold services?
Sorry, Mr. Farr.
All right, change clothes with him. As soon as we're out of town, throw him over.
Have a good night.
Baby brother?
Yancy, if you're not a sight for red eyes, didn't expect to see you until I hit the Mississippi.
Well, howdy, Mr. Derringer. This is a surprise.
Now, what are you two doing on a Jupiter?
Fact is, Willie and I are planning on becoming train robbers. Now that the Overland line is finishing, thought we'd check over the route to see where to jump the limited when they get to running the gold east.
Don't you ever tell the truth.
In a crowd like this?
Nobody believe it.
Excuse me, please. Pardon me. What? Tickets. Tickets,
Right
please.
here, right here.
All right. You're supposed to be in the baggage car.
Why?
Don't argue with me. Just get up there. That's the law. Here. Excuse me. Let me out of here. Tickets. Tickets, please.
Here, I'll be back. How do you do?
Yes, sir, gents. What can I do for you? Hail, California. East meets west. You know, all this stuff is that big shindig down in Promontory. Really gonna be a wingding. Oh. I know what you want. Homer Pettigrew.
Who?
Come with me. Tickets, please. Of course, you realize the law says that one of you will have to ride with the deceased on account of you're responsible.
No wonder Mr. Farr was such a good loser.
Oh, I don't think we'll have to take it too seriously, Mr. Derringer. I'll ride with him if you don't want to miss the fun.
How'd you know my name was Derringer?
Why, it's on the way bill. Consigned to Yancy Derringer from Reno to Promontory. They have a copy in Reno, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. I'll spell you if you'll spell me.
Fair enough.
Right now, I got to take a case back. You hold the fort down till I get back, then I'll relieve you.
The next day was almost uneventful. True, the wagon freighters pushed 1,000 sheep onto the rails to delay us. And in the afternoon, persons unknown split the rails outside of Palisade. But even so, that night we were roaring out of Nevada down to Brigham Young's Great Salt Lake.
Mr. Derringer. How are you? Why don't you go over and join us?
Thank you.
Vinny, this is Yancy Derringer. This is my wife.
How do you do?
How do you do?
And Mr. Austin, of course, you already know.
Nice to meet you again, Mr. Derringer.
Thank you. To Homer Pettigrew.
Well, someone had a ride with poor old Homer. Since you were so anxious to get aboard the train, why not you? Well, now, Homer did more than anyone else to get this transcontinental railroad built. I promised I'd bury him at Promontory summit. It's a touching tale.
Well, I never heard that story before. And I never heard of Homer Pettigrew. Yeah.
Vinny. Excuse me.
There's some scratches on the coffin. I think they've broken into it.
Switch the dynamite to a beer cask.
What about the Indian?
He's not immortal.
I just saw Mr. Derringer, and he says there's... You understand English? I just saw Mr. Derringer, and he says there's dynamite in that coffin. We've got to get rid of it right away. So help me, that's what he said. But he said to get rid of it. All right, my friend, but I'm sure you're going to be sorry. Everybody still hooving it up?
Where's Pahoo?
Who? Oh, the Indian. I don't know.
You don't know?
Maybe he's back in the cars.
Well, he would have had to pass me.
Maybe so. At least he's not here.
Hello, Blackjack. Have either one of you seen Pahoo?
No, little fella. We've been back in the special car with Leland Stanford and the other officials.
Mighty high company, aren't you?
That's more than you can say.
Mind your manners, Willie, or I'll tan your bottom. Maybe the little fella don't know the company he's been keeping.
You mean Mr. Farr?
He just happens to head the conspiracy representing the overland wagon freighters and the overland stage companies.
Well, now, even they can't keep the transcontinental rails from becoming a fact.
Oh, they know that they're finished, little fella. But if they can make a disaster out of the wetting of the rails, it might give them another year of traffic.
And they think that's worth trying for.
We think it's worth stopping.
Will you gentlemen realize that there's a coffin full of dynamite in the baggage car? You know.
Dynamite ain't so common that we don't hear when a big consignment's being bought. A fellow named Yancy Derringer bought it in Reno from the Central Pacific.
Well, now, since that's all right, there's a fellow by the name of Yancy Derringer that's going to get rid of it.
Oh, now, they're not going to blow up the train while we're still on it, little fella. They're still on it, too.
Well, the least you could do is take them in.
Till they make a move, we've got no evidence against nobody.
Except you.
Dynamite's in that barrel. They got suspicious, that's why I jumped Derringer. We got to toss him out.
There's no proof I was involved, Mr. Pike. No proof I gave him the tickets. The way bills in Derringer's name.
But they know me. They can identify me, Mr. Farr. Nobody off this car could have braced them but me.
This is true. Open the door, Mr. Pike. Wait, what do you see?
Just a little bit of dark in Southern Utah.
and gentlemen, your attention, please. As you have no doubt noticed, the train is stopping. Due to the fact that the Union Pacific is being delayed because of floods, the Jupiter is going to be sidetracked here at Monument Point until the UP train arrives for the ceremony. Now, there will be wagons outside for all who wish to journey on into Promontory. Thank you.
Vinny,
Yes, Willie?
I think you'd better stay aboard the train. I'll be back before the Jupiter moves in. You'll be safer here.
You mean you'll be safer with me here?
What, Vinny?
You must think I'm an awful fool.
Vinny, you'll stay here.
Yes, Will, and I will. I'd prefer it, I think, to the way life has been with you.
Howard, light the fuse. A long fuse.
Yes.
Boys and I'll meet you in Promontory.
What about Vinny?
Be a spectacular funeral. This.
Hello, Mr. Farr.
Have you tapped the line yet?
Yes, but there's a lot of traffic.
Mm-hmm. Well, as soon as it's clear, put this on a wire to Reno. In code. UP train number 119 has just arrived in Promontory for the ceremony. But due to the destruction of the Jupiter... Right.
Hey, old horse! I see you made it.
I see you made it, Charlie. Oh, I'd like for you to know Blackjack Benson. This is Colorado Charlie.
Heard about you, Charlie. Sure is a pleasure meeting you.
Big pleasure meeting you, too, Frank.
And his baby brother, Wee Willie, Colorado Charlie.
A big pleasure.
Well, Willie, I'd like for you to take Miss Farr and Mr. Austin out the main tent. We got some business to take care of.
Now, hold on there a minute, little fella.
You heard him, Willie. Besides, you're too young for a gunfight.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Now, you mind your little brother.
Yes, sir.
Move over, ma'am.
You sit.
Come on, Yancy. The ceremony's about to get started. Now, I didn't ride no hardboard seat all the way out here from Reno just for the purpose of missing it.
Charlie, now you go watch that ceremony, because we got to find a man.
About what?
You just go watch the wedding of the rails. We've got some business to take care of that doesn't concern you.
You low-down catamount. You gonna hog all the fighting to yourself?
No ceremony will be held.
Mr. Farr! Mr. Farr! The Jupiter, she's coming in behind the track layers.
Hold it. Back there behind that tent. Charlie, here.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ladies?
Joe. Boys, run for it.
on the rails. Isn't that a sight worth coming to see?
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, little fella. Willie?
Yes? Excuse me, folks. Excuse me, ladies.
Come on in, Charlie, and have a drink. It's a big occasion.
A big occasion, my aching back.
Now what's eating you?
You know darn well what's eating me. I come all the way into Utah territory to see this shindig. Then I gotta miss it getting seduced into saving your hide as usual.
Well, I told you it was none of your concern.
But you didn't insist.
Oh, relax. I got something for you. And there it is. The first picture of the wedding of the rails. I paid Mr. Savage $100 for that. The 119, the Jupiter, touching noses, meeting at the east and west. And it's all yours.
Look at that. Look at that. I might have even been in that picture. Why, I might have even been a piece of history itself. Why, I might have been the glued up on that engine there holding that bottle. A bottle of bubbly.
Oh, forget the bubbly. Have a bottle of red eye. And let's drink a toast to the wedding of the rails, which means that any man with an itchy foot can travel almost anywhere in this wonderful country.
You mean like me?
Like me. Me too? If you're a good boy.
Like us.